What's going on? What's going on? This is your girl, Isis Wisdom. It's good to see everybody here today. You guys are going to have to excuse my layout because I'm still trying to figure this thing out, so don't laugh at me because I'm still trying to figure this layout. But today I got my new video of world events where I'm going to sit down and I'm going to give my commentary about the things that are being shown. I know you guys have been waiting on me for a minute. I apologize for keeping you guys waiting, but you guys got to understand there's a lot going on in my life right now. And so there's a lot going on when it comes to putting these videos together. Okay? Takes me a minute. Plus, I got a bunch of lives that I haven't even uploaded to YouTube yet from Instagram that I need to upload so you guys can get caught up on the content. So it's been a little minute. So I'm really glad that you guys are here. And I'm looking forward to hearing you guys' opinion for this live that I'm doing. So make sure that you let everybody know what time it is that I'm here. And we're going to get started with this video. I think, give me a second, because I feel like I'm already having issues with this video already. Give me a second. Okay. All right, here we go.
Have y'all seen this at the Detroit airport?
Well, you'll notice this right after you go through security at the McNamara Terminal at Metro Airport.
Yeah, it's a big screen offering up something called parallel reality to help passengers figure out where to go and a whole lot more. Evrod Cassimy live at DTW tonight. This is pretty cool, Evrod.
Oh, it is absolutely incredible technology, Jason and Karen. You just have to see it for yourselves. Normally, when you're trying to catch your flight and you have to figure out what your gate information is, your boarding time, you would take a look at the big board right here and have to scan through all of the different flights that are on there. But now, Delta has created this personalized big board just for you. Watch this.
Oh my God!
This big arch and information desk is getting all kinds of reaction from passengers traveling through Metro Airport.
It's very cool.
Passengers like the Adi family had never seen it before and wondered, what the heck is it?
I was kind of surprised. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for because they didn't tell us what we were supposed to be looking for. So when I saw my name up there, I was like, can everybody see my information? Then I realized my sister could only see hers.
My first name is up there, and it says what medallion status I have, everything, pretty much all the details, which gate, how many minutes I had to walk through.
I see you trying to fool me.
There's no fooling here. With each Delta passenger walking through, the board displays only their travel itinerary.
I see that there's nothing on the screen.
But what do you see for you?
I see that there's hello Virgil, thank you for flying Delta.
Okay. Calling in all reinforcements. Need your help on this one. My friend who lives in East Texas woke up today and this is what was in her pool. Now she's lived in this property for over 11 years. Never has had anything like this happen before. No, she did not change any chemical regimen in her pool. The only thing that she says that was kind of weird was there was some really odd fog yesterday. But I've tried to look it up too. I can't find anything that would lead to anything like this happening or any reaction with water. So if anybody has any idea.
Have any of you guys seen anything like this before? I mean, anything like this at all, ever? I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life. And I got a feeling there's some stuff going on that's a lot more sinister than what we're being told.
Any water experts out there? I know I have a few, or at least one following my page. We need your help. All right, guys. Thanks so much in advance for your help. Let me know if you have any ideas.
Yo, what's going on in New Orleans, y'all? Check this out. So while everyone was sleeping, we had buildings collapsing in New Orleans, y'all. Look at this. What is going on over here, y'all? Look at this. Oh, that car almost got crushed, y'all. He had to run the red light to save his life. But what is going on, y'all? That's not the only thing that happened. Apparently, there was a truck that ran into a couple of crowds and unalived 10 people, and over 30 people are injured right now, y'all. This all took place last night.
About 3 or 4 hours ago, there was reportedly this vehicle, what has been described as a truck of some kind, that plowed through a crowd of people in New Orleans in the French Quarter district. As you were mentioning, this is a big area where there are bars, there are nightclubs, there are people milling about. This was New Year's Eve, or on the back end of New Year's Eve.
So I was also doing a little bit more research, and it turns out this is the 4th or 5th building that has collapsed this year in New Orleans, y'all. Did you know about this? What is going on?
Okay, so New Orleans, yesterday we had yet another building collapse. I think that makes it maybe 4 or 5 this year. The one on Aretha Castle Haley during the summer. And then I want to say a few weeks ago, we had a partial building collapse downtown in the Central Business District. And then Café du Monde in the French Quarter, their roof partially collapsed also a few weeks ago. And yesterday in Magazine Street, this happened.
Wow, I had no idea all of this was happening, y'all. Did you guys know? I feel like a lot of information is being held from us. There's a lot of videos that should go viral that aren't going viral, and the people are not getting notified. But this is very, very interesting. What is going on in New Orleans, y'all? Please let me know down in the comments below. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace out.
And today we end in Haiti, where nearly 200 people were killed due to a personal vendetta by a local gang leader whose son died on Saturday. The massacre took place in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. Now, according to human rights activists, mostly elderly people who practice voodoo were targeted by gang leader Monel Felix.
Now, let me just tell you what I'm picking up on, because if you guys know anything about New Orleans is also the voodoo capital of the United States. Now we find out that over in Haiti, that there are some people that are priests that are being murdered in cold blood. Not only that, I don't know if you guys have been seeing some of the articles and some of the things that people have been talking about on social media and in the news about how they're starting to attack the indigenous practices. And they've been doing this now systematically for the past several months, where they've been trying to put innuendo out there, saying things that are very negative about the African traditions, okay? But no one wants to say anything negative about the religions that are out here, which we all know is about programming the people. So here we go, where we got something going on in New Orleans. And also there is some other energy that's attached to this, but there is an innuendo in the message that's being sent. And I want you guys to be clear about that. Continue to watch.
This after Felix was reportedly told that elderly people from the slum performed witchcraft on his son that made the child fatally sick. The United Nations said the gang members hacked at least 184 people to death using just knives and machetes.
Nobody knows you're drowning because you ain't making any splashes. Strong friend is strongest friend. Speak up. Nobody knows we crashing because we ain't saying nothing. And I know it's like, damn, I'm only one person. How they don't know that I can't hold this together? Because when you have a mask that's real, real good, don't nobody know what's happening below the surface. Don't nobody know that them waters is crashing. Don't nobody know that you in that motherfucker with a boat with holes in it and you in there with plaster trying to make it happen and drop blowing on it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You make it look effortless. And a lot of folk don't maintain things, right? And a lot of folk don't fix stuff till it's broke. Because then you're going to have to let them know you're drowning. You're going to have to let them know you're drowning. You never know how much support and how many people around you love you because you never speak up. And because you're not speaking up, you even furtherly playing into that, don't nobody got my back. But it's because you ain't speaking up.
Be careful about those simulations that you create for yourself. And what the young lady's saying is absolutely correct, which is why I posted this. There's too many of you guys out here that are not opening up your mouth and you're not speaking. We're moving into a different space now. We're moving into the space of unconditional love. And also we're moving into a space of healing. Is there crazy things going on in the world? Yes, there is. And this video is going to show you all the craziness that's going on around the world. However, at the same time, there's also a lot of healing that's taking place. You can't do this by yourself, guys. I'm going to let you guys know this right now. I tell my soul tribe the same thing. None of us have the capacity to deal with the things, to navigate through all the stuff that we're navigating through by ourselves. We need help. This is about us returning back to our humanity. And I don't know if you guys have been recognizing this or not, but that's exactly what's happening. All these things that are happening, all these structures that are being torn down, is to help us get back to where we're supposed to be. Back in the day, there was a time when we spoke to one another without feeling like we had to be on the defense. We looked out for each other. We looked out for our communities. We looked out for our neighborhoods. If you're drowning, open up your mouth and say something. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable to people. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you what that is in case you're wondering what this is. Remember when I had put out a live back in December about the Anunnaki being here, and I specifically told you guys that the Anunnaki are also angels, and that some of them had elevated to God status, but the majority of them are angels. These are angels. And something else I found out which really blew my wig all the way back. I couldn't get past that. I could not get past that when I found this out. I think I told y'all this once before. I don't know if I did or not. Maybe I spoke about it on my Instagram. I don't remember. But I was talking to Archangel San Miguel, also known as Archangel Michael. And I asked him one day, because I just got a hit when I was communicating with him. And I asked him, I said, "Are you an Anunnaki?" He says, "Bingo." He says, "You figured it out." I said, "Man," I said, "I was today years old when I found out you was a damn Anunnaki." And actually, he is an Anunnaki, but he's also something else with that. But I said, so all the Gold Order angels are Anunnaki? He was like, yes. So that really blew my wig back so far, fam. I couldn't even process that. I said, so you mean to tell me that you guys are Anunnaki? So the Anunnaki angels, which I'm still bugging off that. And the Seraphi, you guys know them as Seraphim. Seraphim are the fallen angels, by the way. Seraphi are the ones that aren't fallen. So I'm going to say the Seraphi. Michael's a Seraphi. When you're talking about classification. But they're also Gold Order. They're also Anunnaki beings. When these angels come in their truest form, this is kind of like what they look like, but they have also a lot of eyes depending on what's going on. And I've seen them a couple of times in passing, tripping and whatnot, because I'm like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? You old Seraphi. And they was like, yes. I said, okay, all right. Yeah, you think you might could come a different kind of way instead of you spooking the hell out of me? You think you can show up just a little bit differently? But yeah, they're going to come however they feel like coming. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to communicate to you. This is one of the ways in terms of how they look when they come in their orb form. This is one of the ways that they look. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's an angel up close and personal.
Y'all came on the wrong day. That boy Paul owed me money and shit about to get real for him. I don't owe Keyshawn money. I told him I only want 2 types of payment. Your life or that green cabbage. And I ain't talking about vegetation, man. Could you guys call the police? Hey, Paul! Please call the police. This tree weigh 900 pounds. Look what I do to that, man. Oh, come see about me. I'm scared to go outside. He broke my leg yesterday. Motherfucker owe me money. I don't take no shit. I got heartburn. Shit. I'm not scared. He's a bitch. Oh, I'm a bitch? I got your bitch right here. Paul. Scary ass. I thought it was a dog. Paul, what up? Where's my money? Back off. Nah, I'd be wrong if I bust you in your damn head with my feet. Okay, I'll have it tomorrow. You have my word. Come tell me in my face like a man. You have my... Shut up, I knock your ass up. We've agreed that I'll pay Keyshawn tomorrow. I don't even want the money no more. Give me the fade, bro. I don't want the money no more, bro. Give me the fade, bro. Keyshawn, please, you have my word, man. You have my word. I like how you putting that crutch on my chest, bro. Have my money tomorrow, or I'm deal with you.
I had to do it. Now listen, we're always serious out here, so you know I'm going to put some funnies in the videos, okay? Y'all going to be cracking the hell up in some of these, okay? The shit was funny. The name of the kangaroo is Keyshawn, fam. The name of the roo is Keyshawn. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm going to add funny things into the videos, you know, because I know everything is always serious all the time, so I'm going to have some... I am a comedian, so I'm going to put that stuff out there too, all right? I'm going to say to those who are new that are watching this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that are currently watching, let me explain something to you. I do not ask you for money. I do ask you for likes, and I do ask you for share. It's an exchange. It's called reciprocity. It's a universal law. So when I'm doing these lives for you guys, a simple like and a share would be great. And I would greatly appreciate you and gratitude.
A black mirror, black obsidian mirror, also known as a scrying mirror, was used throughout history as a tool for divination and fortune telling. People would stare at it and ask themselves questions, or ask outer-worldly beings questions. You could ask it about past relatives who are no longer here, present events, and things to come in the future. One of the first examples we see of this is in Snow White with Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. What most people don't know is that we use black scrying mirrors every day. Don't believe me? Then what's this? And this, and these, and lastly this. Remember, television has the prefix tele. Tele means over distance. So this black mirror gives a vision over distance. You see it in words like telegram, which is sending messages over distance, telepathy, which is communicating over distance mentally, and lastly, teleport. Remember, a black hole is a portal. Don't let it fly over your heads, y'all. What does this make us if we have all these black mirrors around us? Once seen, it can't be unseen. And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
We will go to the full extent, depending on how far this goes. We will go to the extent of cutting off their energy, going down to Michigan, going down to New York State, and over to Wisconsin. I don't want this to happen, but my number one job is to protect Ontario, Ontarians and Canadians as a whole. This is coming. It's not if it is, it's coming. And it's coming January 20th or 21st. And we need to be prepared. We need to stand as a country. We need to stand united as Canadians and work hand in hand and shoulder to shoulder with our colleagues across the country. And we're ready to do it.
Now, in case you guys are wondering what this guy was talking about, because I could have swore there were some words on the video, but I guess there wasn't. But basically what Canada's talking about doing, what it looks like they've done it, was cut off power to the closest areas in the United States because of the stuff that Donald Trump was talking about in terms of putting sanctions on Canada. So it's definitely, the tensions are getting very high. The Prime Minister of Canada basically has stepped down. So now they're looking for a new leader to replace him. And I just find that to be very interesting that this would happen when Trump comes back in office, because he was in the process of cleaning all that out the first time he was in office. And so the whole time that Joe Biden was in office, these people were running amok. Now that Trump is in office, there's a lot of changes that are taking place. And these changes that are taking place, it's like he's coming back to finish the job. So continue to keep watching. Watch these videos. I'm going to break a lot of stuff down throughout these videos about stuff that's really going on.
Fine, but it just looks incredibly bright.
What the heck? Did I just record?
What?
What? Alexis, I don't think that's a plane.
Why?
Oh my God.
So everybody seen that plane crash in South Korea, right? And what I find very strange about that is that we've been seeing stuff about planes all week long. Like planes crashing on fire, pieces of planes falling off, but it's all happening at the same time. And what's really making me scratch my head is why when we have incidents like this, it's not just one incident. Like, who remember when the trains was crashing? It started in Ohio, and then it spread it all across the country. Or what about when the bridges was collapsing? It started in Baltimore, and then it spread it. When more incidents has happened like that. And now we got the planes. Like, one time it's a mistake. 2 times might be coincidences. But 3 times, more than 3 times? Now that has me scratching my head and asking questions. Like, what's really going on with these plane crashes? Something just not adding up. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about all these weird things that's happening with the planes right now in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if you want to learn on how to turn your content pages to print and passive revenue, comment down below ATM. I'm going to send it to you.
Look, what if I told you?
Okay, so let me give you the rundown. I did get a hit about that in terms of what was going on and why those planes were crashing in that way. There were certain beings on that plane that was very nefarious, that was not supposed to be on those planes. And sometimes certain calls are made to have to set an example and or get rid of. These beings were very dangerous and very nefarious. So a judgment call had to be made. Now, of course, they're not going to tell you, of course, that information that just divulged to you guys. I'm just letting you know that's what it was. Okay, this is part of the reason why I told you guys that you guys want to lay low on flying too much. You want to lay low for a little while because there is aerial warfare that is taking place in the skies, because there's a lot of things going on that they're just not telling you about. But I want to assure you about one thing. You are going to see the turn up, and it's turning up. And just think about it like this. Technically, we're not even in the 2025 year yet. So technically, we ain't even gotten there yet. We're still technically in the 2024 year. So if you guys think this is bad, you wait until the 2025 year hits, which is the year of completion. This is when you guys are really going to see things turn up.
Every celebrity you've ever known, from musicians to actors to politicians, isn't real. They're all characters. Hollywood is way more advanced than they let on. We're not just talking about makeup or CGI. We're talking about full-blown identity fabrication on a scale that would blow your mind. Every celebrity is just a role played by an elite group of actors using crazy advanced Hollywood techniques. I mean, think about it. Makeup artists, voice coaches, body doubles, deepfakes. Hollywood's had this tech for decades. They can make anyone look like anyone. What you think is a celebrity's natural appearance, it's a costume. They're trained to play roles, not just in movies, but in life. This whole thing is to control us, man. Celebrities influence how we think, what we wear, what we care about. They're there to sell ideas, lifestyles, keep us distracted from real problems. And when their character expires, whether through scandal, old age, or even deletes, those actors just take on a new role. Some of the biggest names today could have been playing different characters for decades. You ever notice how when one big pop star fades out of the spotlight, another one who looks suspiciously similar pops up? Like, where did that person come from? They're always just there. What if they didn't fade away? They just switched characters. Some of the biggest celebrity deletes in history, they weren't real. They just retired those characters, and those actors went on to play different roles. Hollywood has been using prosthetics, body doubles, and now even AI for years. But the real secret, they've perfected face and voice changing technology. We're talking micro implants that can change vocal tone, advanced bodysuits to alter physical appearance, and even psychological conditioning to make the actor believe they are the character. This stuff is beyond anything we've seen publicly. They've got this down to a science, man. Entire studios exist just to train these elite actors in multiple celebrity roles. These people live entire lives as different celebrities, flipping between roles depending on what the industry needs at the time. If you look at the way these celebrity lives unfold, how perfectly timed their rises and falls are, how eerily similar some of them look and sound, you can't help but wonder. There's something way bigger going on in Hollywood than we're being told.
The following footage was captured by a passenger on a commercial airline.
And before we get into that, I want you guys to be clear about something, because you guys are going to see something more towards the end of this video that's going to blow your wig back so heavy that I don't even know where your wig's going to be at after that. What I'm going to say to you is that Hollywood is not only just Hollywood, but this also takes place along with the government. When they're running false flag events, I remember back in the day, I used to live near a military base, and they used to run these false flags. But they would warn the people ahead of time, warn the neighborhoods and the local surrounding counties and things like that ahead of time that they were running false flag drills. Okay. Today, they don't warn you anymore. They just run a false flag drill on you. You don't even know what the hell's going on unless you've been in the military or you have people that are in the military that are able to recognize exactly what's going on. Okay. But there's a lot of events that's taken place right in front of your faces that's literally been a straight up military drill. Okay. A military drill for the longest. All right. So I want you guys to also keep that in mind. Hell, the last presidency with Joe Biden was a straight up and down military drill. That was a whole military experiment, whether you guys realize this or not, because they need to see how dumbed down the people were to even recognize what was going on. They're playing in your faces.
They were glancing outside when they noticed something weird, what appeared to be beings standing on top of the clouds. And it's more than one. But what is it? It couldn't possibly be humans out there. What did they capture? Take a look at this.
Before we get started on this video, I'm just gonna say right now, I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, I'm not even gonna go as far as saying that there were people standing on the clouds. I'm not even gonna do that, fam. I'm not even gonna do that. Let me go into denial. I'm not gonna do that and say there was beings standing on that cloud. There was. I don't know what the hell that was that we're looking at. For all we know, that could just be some clouds forming funny. Okay, and I just want to say, YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. All I'm saying is that could have been a stack of clouds that looked like maybe that they were shaped as some type of being, but it really wasn't. It could have just been that. I don't know what that was. Y'all share your opinions. You tell me what you think that was.
Esto está pasando ahorita en los cielos, se los ahí muestro para que vean que esto está pasando en los cielos. No sé si sea un show, yo no sé qué están haciendo o qué rollo que traen, pero eso es lo que está pasando ahorita. Me van en chinga haciendo sus líneas. Bye.
Is it me, or does it look like a straight up and down highway in the sky? I just gotta say it. I just had to say it. I had to say it. Look at these dots. And then the lines going down, then the double lines. It just looks like someone put a damn road or a highway in the sky. That's what it looks like. Somebody's playing.
I know that looks like rain, but that is not rain. That is the light from the caravan. That is not rain. That is particles that are coming out. I'll put my hand. It's like a weird fine powder.
Before we go into The Simpsons, let me tell you guys what that was. There was another video that I saw where they actually took the particles that were falling down and they tested it at two different labs at two different locations. And one of the things that they said it was, I think I might have even added that to this video, I'm not sure, but one of the things they said was that it had graphene oxide in it, which is very dangerous. Nanoparticles in it, which is very dangerous, and a bunch of different other kinds of weird chemicals in there that they put in there when they're spraying in the sky. Very, very dangerous chemicals that they put in there. So they've already got the stuff tested. A lot of people are starting to catch on and catch hip to what they're doing. So why would they be spraying something so dangerous over the human population? Do you guys have any idea how dangerous graphene oxide is and what it can do to the body? Graphene oxide, when placed inside the body, especially if it's working in conjunction with AI, has the ability to replicate itself inside your body. Therefore, if you was to have any type of AI placed inside of your body without your knowledge or your consent, it has the ability to replicate that to where it seems like you never get rid of it. Now, I am versed in this because not only am I a quantum healer, I'm also a quantum scientist and a quantum doctor, a quantum programmer. And I've seen this many times before where I've had to help clients that have these types of issues when they come to me. I got a client right now that's been suffering from AI being in her body, literally attacking her every chance it gets because one of the beings that is notoriously known had attacked her and put AI inside of her body. These demons and these fallen angels all work with AI, artificial intelligence. There's two forms of artificial intelligence out here that are running, guys. I want you to be clear. They have nanoparticles that they spray. Nanoparticles can turn into little machines, okay, that travel all throughout your body. Then there's also implants. You have transmitters that are also placed inside of the body. Okay, you have tracking devices that are also placed inside the body. Most of you do not know that you already have a transmitter and a tracking device. The moment that you're born into the matrix makes sure that you have one installed within you. I can detect these things within the body. Okay, kind of look at it like this. You have to understand that this world has always been galactic from the very beginning. You were programmed to make yourself, you were programmed to think something different. You were programmed through the school systems. You were programmed through the movies. You were programmed through the television. You were programmed through the radio. You were programmed in various different ways, okay, to make you think one thing when really it's something else. We are in what you call a sub-dimension. It is another parallel reality that exists where the individuals that we quote unquote call the parallels that be run this particular realm. I want you guys to understand this. And there is a way that you can break out of this realm, depending on what you're choosing to entertain and not entertain. They do this by making a lot of the originals suffer by harvesting the energy of the people as well as the originals, and utilizing that harvested energy to create the reality that they want to create for us. That's why it's very important and very imperative that you pay attention, that you don't pay attention to things that are going to distract you, that's going to pull on your energy, that's going to lower your state. If they can lower your state of mind, if they can lower your frequency, because that's basically how we ended up here in the 3D Earth, where our frequencies were lowered. If you can prevent yourself from having your frequency lowered, then you're already winning the battle. Okay? But this is the game that they play.
Seriously, are these drones?
We have to assume that we are close to war. I believe that whoever is commander-in-chief has an obligation to talk.
Let me just say this one thing. What that guy just showed you is not no damn drone. It's not no UAP. That is what you call a plasma being those are other angelics. And they come, and their Merkabas do come in as plasmoids. Okay? Now, because I put that out there, and it's something that I've been paying attention to. I've been watching this for a little while now. It's like those who are super tapped in, this algorithm has a way of slowing down to make sure that it doesn't reach as many people as it's supposed to reach. Then all of a sudden, it's very interesting that they bring out Stephen Greer, who I know for a fact is an op. They bring out Stephen Greer, where he's getting like these millions of views. So, of course, his reach is far wider than what I'm able to when I came out and did that big announcement about the Anunnaki. And I just found out, and that video actually went viral all over the place. That thing was all over TikTok. That thing was all over Facebook. That thing was everywhere. And I found it to be very interesting that right after I did that, right after I put that out there, all of a sudden, here he comes coming out, causing more confusion. So I want you guys to be clear about something. They don't want the people to have any kind of quote unquote hope or want the people to start realizing how much their time is up. I'm going to tell you right now, the Most High already made that call about the time being up. Their time is up. So no matter what they're doing at this point, it doesn't make a difference from here on out. Your job is to sit back, eat the popcorn, stay out the way, okay? And make sure that you're participating in events with the collective to help you timeline shift out of these so-called realities that they're trying to create for you. It's very easy to come out of these timelines that they create for us. It's a very simple thing to do. What we were supposed to do as a collective, we were supposed to come together as a collective every so many months when they start talking about bringing in this so-called weak reality. And we're supposed to timeline shift right out of that. We're not supposed to stay in that. The collective is always supposed to shift out when they're trying to make plans to do that. Okay? So I want to put you guys up on game about the easiest way that you can shift out of the realities they try to create for you. So right now we're living in a parallel reality. This parallel reality is called the harvest. And all the beings in this parallel reality are here to harvest. But now even this realm is getting cleaned up. Also at the same time, Earth itself is now splitting itself. So as the Earth is splitting itself, those who are operating still in a 3D mindset, who's not trying to elevate, they will stay with the old Earth. Those who are making a conscious decision to heal and elevate themselves, they're going to go with the new Earth. This split is currently happening right now, whether or not you guys realize this or not. And it's happening in a major way. Continue to keep paying attention
to the American people about getting ready for terrible outcomes. If more ominous scenarios are in fact true, then Americans need to prepare for being on their own for quite some time. Because the detonation of a nuclear device on American soil will not only cause panic, but it will cause, at least for some time, an inability of government to take care of people. So people need to be able to have enough food, enough water. They need iodine pills. This is not a conversation that the American people have had for a very, very long time. So we have not fought an enemy on our soil on a sustained basis since the War of 1812. But it's very possible that that could very well happen now, especially because we have very disturbing indications of preparations for attacks on American installations. And these have been going on now for months. Our government has not talked to us about it. Our government has not taken adequate measures to protect our infrastructure and our military bases. And the American people need to know that this is a very precarious situation.
Hey, y'all, are we about to have a tour?
Okay, I want you to pay attention to something. It's the same repetitive programming. Fear-based programming. Isn't it getting old, fam? It's fear-based programming. First of all, what is he talking about detonating on American soil? What is going to detonate on American soil? Because the damn sure ain't going to be no nuclear weapons. So what is he talking about detonating on American soil? The Angels ain't going to never let that happen again since the atomic bomb. We ain't had that pop off since then. It ain't going to happen. It ain't never going to happen again. And they know it ain't going to happen. I think there's some videos in here that I'm going to show you where the angels are actually hovering over military installations. They don't play. They're not going to allow those types of weapons to go off. So here they come with the fear programming, something detonating on American soil, this happening and da-da-da, and all this fear mongering and all this, oh my God, I got to get prepared, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. They do this every single year. They're doing this every single year. Now, let me check something right here, because now I have to be able to watch my likes now, and I'm watching them. And as of right now, I have 457 likes currently right now on my channel. And I got 873 of you guys currently watching. So I'm going to request that you guys go ahead and get the likes up, for one, to beat the algorithm, because it's very important that I beat the algorithm so it can reach as many people as possible. So I would really greatly appreciate you if you could assist me in that and getting the likes up, please. Thank you.
Tornado, what's going on in Georgia? I'm in.
Now let me go back. There's a face here. Hold on. Let me go back. Damn, I didn't mean to go back that far.
Attacks on American installations.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this.
And these have been going on now for months. Our government has not talked to us about it. Our government has not taken adequate measures to protect our infrastructure and our military bases. And the American people need to know that this is a very precarious situation.
Hey, y'all, is this are we about to...
Y'all see that? You see the eyes, you see the nose, you see the mouth. Y'all see that? Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Look at the mouth. And yes, these beings can show up in clouds. I just want y'all to see that. I can't help it, fam. I see every damn thing. I can't help it.
They have a tornado. What?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Look at the face. Look at that. Look at the mouth. Y'all see
that? What's going on in Georgia? I'm in.
No.
Yo, the way the sky. Look at that. What? This gonna be a heck of a storm. It's light over. It's light over here, but it's coming. It's thick. Can I blow that up?
I want you guys to be clear about something. And see, as a kid, I've always saw these types of things. So it wasn't my damn imagination. I knew what the hell I was seeing. And sometimes they'll hide in the clouds like that. And usually what I do now, especially, and it's hilarious, I'll literally see something up in the sky and I'll look up. I said, you know, I see you looking down here, right? I see you right there. And I'll point just like that. And next thing you know, the face will just disappear. I'm like, what are you hiding for? You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to understand that there's way more to this world going on than what we're being told. Okay, there are all different types of transparent beings that have the ability to hide themselves in clouds or use cloud technology or what have you, because they know that most people don't even look up. But I had to show you that video so you could see that. That, ladies and gentlemen, was probably a Sith. A Sith are cloud spirits. And yes, they do exist. You can look them up online for yourself, but they do, the Siths do exist. Okay, they're very real.
Some videos of portals opening in the sky all over the world, Booskies.
if these things are going around, this light is refracting around this circle, then what the hell is that? The light is refracting around the circle. What is that? We really can't see what it is. That's why I'm asking, what is it?
Anything I find that's weird, strange, or interesting, I'm gonna show to you. Shabadoo Booskies, Shabadoo.
I'm starting to see people talking about the fog finally. I've been saying it for over a month because it's been here for literally months. It has been foggy for months. We might get a 10-minute break during the day around noon, and then it rolls back in. See? Not only has it been foggy like this for literally months, everybody I know has been getting sick on and off. And a lot of us, because of 2020, a lot of us spend a lot of time in the house. We've just gotten used to it, which is a whole nother video that I'm going to want to cover because the isolation's sinking in, the depression. But this fog has also brought a lot of weird symptoms with it. Like, a lot of us that have never had issues sleeping can't sleep. We have no appetite. We have, like, I have a weird scratch in my throat and a cough that came out of nowhere. And I've had it for a few weeks now. I'm trying to get rid of it, but there's really no explanation for it. I don't spend a lot of time around people. I'm an introvert, so I don't understand what's going on. There's a lot of symptoms, and the only thing that I can associate it to that we all have in common is this freaking fog or the water that comes out of our tap. That's about it. I feel like something's up. I don't know if the fog's related to the drones and stuff in the sky, or if this is our government. But I feel like something is up. And I may be a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of conspiracy theorists have been right over the last 4 years.
Now, I don't know what that is. I thought that video was very interesting, but I have no clue as to what that is and what it's shooting out. Somebody sent me this video. I thought it was really interesting, but I have no clue what the hell that is.
Get your fucking bingo cards out! Did any one of you have water potentially being an intelligent life form on your fucking bingo cards? The experiment that is currently taking place is very complex, but we're going to talk about it right fucking now. Small panic. So to preface this, there are certain things on Earth that hold a genetic memory. Natural honey is one of the things on Earth that does this. And if you have natural honey laying around, you can prove it. Put some honey in a bowl, fill it with cold water just to where it's over the top of the honey, and then swirl it. This is done in classrooms across America every fucking day to show what genetic memory is. Because when the honey is swirled in the cold water, you can see the memory of the honeycomb it was pulled from. It'll literally look like liquid honeycomb in the water. There's thousands of videos on this. But there is currently an experiment going on, done by a scientist named Miss Austin, where she is proving not only does water have genetic memory, but it also has intelligence and maybe even consciousness. And the way that she's doing it is blowing my fucking mind. So what we have here is a woman who shows water a picture and basically just asks politely for the water to recreate the image or what it thinks that the image has to do with, and the water does it. And I got fucking pictures. This is one of the most stunning ones that I came across. She showed the picture of this bird to the water, froze the water, and the water created the bird. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical about that one, because what she showed us was a picture of that duck in the water bowl. That could just be like the honey and be a genetic memory. It gets better. She wanted to specifically prove that the water had intelligence and that it wasn't simply a mirror. And she did. What you see before you are two separate tests. The first test, she laid a sunflower seed in the water, and then the second test, she laid a flax seed in the water. She wanted the water to show her what flowers were in the seed, and the flowers were shown in the ice after the water was frozen. That is not a water-making picture of a duck. That is something completely fucking different. The water knows what plant is what and what it will grow into. But there's even more. She is still continuing this test to this day, showing the water different things and getting the water's different reactions. These are a collection of all of the different things so far. If the water not only has genetic memory, but it has intelligence. Humans are 60% water. We require water to live. So if this is intelligent, what the fuck?
And you also have the ability to also program the water as well. You can actually program the water. You can literally program the water and program and tell the water what you needed to do for you. Okay? Yeah, it's deep. Huh?
These embers flying everywhere. Hi there. How many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of these guys out. We're not just gonna let them burn.
I got a bunch out with trailers and there's a bunch in there still. How many more? We don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many. How many did you let out?
We took about 4 of them in trailers, 2 in the separate trailers, 3 in another one. So there should be at least maybe 12.
About 12? Are there more people out there right now?
It's a whole bar.
Look down. I gotta get these out. I got, let's see. So there's 4, 2, 3, what is that, 9? How are these poor guys? 11, 12. There's 12. Yeah, no, they're pretty wired up. Yeah. They're getting used to it now, but when the wind's blowing and the embers are, they don't really know what to do. Have you seen anything like this? Look at that hillside. Yeah, I've rescued before. Yeah? Yeah. Well, please be safe. Yeah, thank you. You be safe too. Yeah. I think, Joab, we're going to have to end up moving because I could see all of the firefighters that were stationed at this location and the police officers. They already left. And again, this is...
Look at the aftermath of Malibu, California, one of the most sought after and expensive piece of real estate in the entire United States.
Okay, before we get into that, these California fires is crazy. Now, I did do a live about the California fires, and I'm going to post it. I did it 2 weeks ago. I just didn't post it because I'm busy. But that looks batshit crazy right there. As far as what's going on out in Cali, and the fires are continuing to burn, and now they're down in San Diego burning right now, even as we speak. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Can somebody say Agenda 2030?
Everything pulverized to the ground, steel melted into the ground. All the blue structures still remain intact. A lot of similarities to the Hawaii fires. The mayor out of the city, no water to the fire hydrants. Like crazy stuff. Look at this. Missed a few houses here. Just completely skipped these houses, and then right after it, pulverization. A lot of celebrities' houses that were involved in the Diddy case, their houses got destroyed, like miraculously, you know? Insurance companies pulling out their insurance policies a few weeks before this happened. Like, there's a lot of things going on here.
And my first piece of advice to you is let's take care of
This video is gonna blow your wig back. That's getting ready to play. It's gonna blow your wig back. But that last video that just played right there, if it isn't obvious to you exactly what's going on, I don't know what is. They did the same thing in Chile. If you start putting the dots together, you can clearly see what's happening here. And this isn't the first time in history that these things have been done before. I find it to be very interesting that when you take a look at the aerial shots, how the trees are still intact, but yet everything else has melted away. Concrete is melting, fam. How is concrete melting, fam? How? But you're telling me that the trees are all powerful and all fireproof, that the trees weren't touched? This was precise, strategic surgery work here. I want you guys to be clear. So they're playing in the American people's faces, but they're playing a very dangerous game. Because things ain't gonna go the way they think it's gonna go.
our mental and physical health first before we embark upon what is going to be a journey to rebuild these communities back and rebuild them better than they were when we started this fire.
What? Hold up. Let me rewind that again. This fool said, let me go back. Damn, I didn't want to do it like that, but it seems like they have a way of just making things jump out there real quick, and you're just like, I wasn't trying to go that far. Oh, no, I went too damn far. Give me a second. I went too damn far. I went too far. Hold on. Give me a second. Can't you just cooperate? Shit. Just cooperate. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's not cooperating with me. So I got to.
My first piece of advice to you is let's take care of our mental and physical health first before we embark upon what is going to be a journey to rebuild these communities back and rebuild them better than they were when we started this fire. So,
what did that fool just say?
Infrared.
Listen. This fool said when we started this fire. I don't know where he was speaking at. I couldn't have been there because I would have been like, hold on, fam. Stop talking. Hold up. Did you just say when we started this fire? What do you mean we started this fire? This is what I mean. Like, you got a bunch of zombies. It's got to be, listen, how does a person say something like that and get away with it? And then no one's raising hell. It's like everybody's just standing there like, I'd have been like, excuse me, sir, excuse me. Just stop clapping your hands. Excuse me for a minute. Did you say when we started this fire? Oh, somebody gonna get their ass beat. Okay. People started that stuff and people going about their day. And this is what I mean about the type of society that we're living in right now. Folks, that cognitive dissonance is so serious. People are not ready to deal with the reality of what is, even though the reality of what is constantly showing itself to their faces on a regular basis.
From the satellites. Now wait for it. What is that? Did y'all see that? That is laser. And on the screen you can see what they often use that for, I'm sure. Apparently this is coming from Daywalker 378. But we got more on this. Check this out. What's your problem?
So they're showing the people. They're showing you. This is now, I'm going to say it again, YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. I didn't say it. I'm just showing you what was shown to me. I didn't say it, though. I just challenged about the tree. I asked a question about the trees. I was trying to figure out why everything looks so surgically done. Well, it looks like my answer just got my question just got answered. Did your questions get answered?
I said, what's your problem? Orange Day, sir. Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Here you go, sir. Thank you.
But you notice the brother didn't look like that. Pay attention. This movie's old. But you notice the brother didn't look nothing like them. I want you to pay attention to this because they putting some stuff out here in this clip. They really putting some stuff out there. The brother didn't look nothing like nothing. Okay? Pay attention to that.
Excuse me. I've got one that can see.
The root chakra of the planet is located over there where these wildfires happening at. And this just showing that the root chakra is activated. The root chakra is now ignited. These are elemental infernals that come from the 72 demonic forces that's activating from the root chakra. These elementals activating is really just all the different chakra glands of the planet activating. So when a power outage is gonna happen, it's because the plasma beings has activated. Just as the earth beings are going to activate with the earthquakes as well. So all these natural disasters is the 144, it's us. Because the 72 demonic, the 72 angelic, they elementals. And this where the elementals activating from, us. So as the chakras on the planet activate, the chakras within us activate, showing you that the eternal and the external is one. Namaste, Ashe.
Sponsor Travis Scott.
Yeah.
That was a huge ritual.
But that ritual, I mean, the stage looked like something out of Hieronymus Bosch.
That was a portal.
Because it looked like a
That shit down there looked like, it damn sure did look like a portal at that Travis Scott concert. That thing did look like a portal, fam. That thing looked just like a portal. That's crazy. That's crazy. And there was a lot of people that died that night. A lot of people's souls got pulled out that night.
Devil's mouth or something, and people were so that wasn't just a coincidence, because they tried to poo-poo all the criticism, and they said no, it was just provocative imagery. But
the people that people like me, that we come from that, we knew that was a whole ritual right there, because I believe he got the power through Satanism and through this type of things. So for him to go to the next level, you have to do something. You have to do some sort of sacrifice. That was a huge thing right there that he did. The platform was a portal. The things, the sounds that they were playing when that was happening, they are really low sounds that open in the spiritual realm portals of death and portals for these demons to enter. So what was happening there, it was a sacrifice, a human sacrifice.
Because people died at this concert.
No, lots of people. People that don't know anything about the spiritual realm, they don't believe in God, in nothing, they said, we felt that something was putting our soul out of us. They felt that there was a weird atmosphere. So it's really interesting that even people that are not spiritual, they were saying it felt like something was pulling us out. We felt suffocated. We couldn't breathe. And I'm like, because you were part of a ritual.
Hey, Ebu, tell me what you were telling me earlier.
Oh, I remember. I've been wondering for a long, long time. Why when you go, tell someone, God is inside of you, they get shocked. Then they say, demon, demon, demon. Now they want to hear that the demon is inside of them. Some people go to church. Pastor, remove me these demons. It doesn't make sense. They are just saying, there's demons inside of me. There's demons. Let me go to church so that the pastor can remove these demons. When they go to church, the pastor comes and says, what is your problem? There's demons inside of me. Hey, let me remove them. It will cost $100. It will cost money. All they want from you is money. Nothing else. And they think God is a big man up in the sky. Even some people think they can go to space, meet God, and God is looking through their eyes. It's crazy, man. They're just like, oh, God is up there. I wish I could meet him. Oh, he's up there. Let me go to space so that I can meet him. You are him. He's looking through your eyes. He's inside of you. Hey.
You want to talk about tapped in? That baby was tapped the hell in. How that baby gonna make more sense than most human adults I know? How that baby know what she know? Because that baby's tapped in. That baby knew she came in with all the necessary codes that she needed to have to understand how to operate within this universe. And that baby's not swayed nor fooled. Now, these new children that are coming on the scene, they different. These babies are different. These some different type of children coming in, okay, honey? These ain't the kids that are coming in when I was coming up. This is a different breed. A different breed.
These are two barges in the area of the Palisades fire, which is close to the coast. While I was here, I saw some kind of a boat that started about here where it was still above water, and then it sunk down. It came out just the top, and it went on its way there along the coast to the Pacific Palisades. I don't know if it's some kind of a submarine. Can people tell me what those barges are? They look large. I hope it's not our enemies.
It's almost as if y'all don't know the difference between American Indian and Native American. Like, I'm not even gonna do you like that, but it's like, come on now, baby.
Native Americans cannot trace their lineage to being renamed by the government from Indian to Black.
But when you research, well, wait a minute, what was Walter Plecker's role in the United States government? The vital statistics. The vital statistics were changed. The U.S. Census were changed from Indian to Negro, Black, and African American. That means it became illegal for us to speak our truth.
And also in the census records at the time, you find a person described in the 1860 census as an Indian. In the 1870 census, they're described as a person of color or a colored person.
You don't even know what the misnomer black is.
And even today, you go into the town halls and you see where people have actually written over the record where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote black over it.
Y'all took on somebody else's identity. Like, it's not yours. Black is a reclassification. Do you guys understand that? Like, it's in the law. Like, oh my God. Black is a reclassification from American Indian. Like, literally, a reclassification. It started in Virginia, okay? And a lot of you guys that are saying we all come from Africa, you guys believe in Darwinism. You know what that is? It comes from a white man, Charles Darwin, okay? He believed that you guys all came from Africa, and guess what? Another thing he believed, that you guys all came from monkeys. That's what he thinks. Like, that's your ideology. We in America don't believe that. A good percentage of us, okay? And for good reason, because our ancestors knew who we were. We still have archives. We still have books. We still have logs, documents, all that. We still have pictures of us with our feathers, you know? So it's kind of like weird how y'all be calling yourself African American. You can't be two continents at the same time, baby.
Did y'all hear that? You can't be two continents at the same time. Okay. Elon Musk is the epitome of African American because he's from South Africa. Okay, and actually, he didn't even get his American citizen, his U.S. citizenship, so he can't even classify himself as that. Okay, now this is going to be elaborated a lot longer, a lot more towards the end of the video, because I want you guys to understand what this means when Trump said he's shutting down the birthright citizenship and why that's being done and what that means for us. And it's actually a positive thing for us. Okay, not a positive thing for those so-called Native Americans, though, because those Native Americans are originally not from American soil. Okay, if you guys recall, those Native Americans come from Asia. Okay? So I'm going to let y'all keep on listening. Wow. And I think this is New York, I think. Where some fires broke out in New York City, I think. I think this is where this is. I'm just going to say, I don't know what that was or where that someone sent me that video. I don't even know who it was that sent me the video. So I can't even speak on what that was I was looking at. But it looks like the green things might have been something that was shooting out. As far as the white thing, I don't have no explanation for that. I don't know what the hell that was.
Spot, dog. Down, yo. I told you, look, y'all thinking I'm playing. We in the Matrix, y'all. Look, it's staying in one spot. It's staying in one spot. I'm not bugging. That's United. It's still in one spot. Look, and it's low. Ma, So I'm bugging right.
Y'all, the Simpsons predicted that the Anunnaki gods is gonna come back and get us, yo. I need y'all to see this video real quick, yo. This shit was talking about basically the Mayan gods, but the Mayan gods that was pertaining to the... Look at this, look at this. Yo, the giant Nephilim beings coming back, destroying the planet. Look at this, y'all. What? And then look at this. Did y'all see this show? Basically how they put together the same type of people at this big ass rave. Y'all, then you know what else this reminded me of? This also reminded me of like some Transformers shit, like how they came down and everything. Yo, like, this is almost on the same type of deal. Look at these beings, y'all. They big as shit. Does this not look like they're preparing for something? Look at this. This is for entertainment purposes only, y'all. Oh my God!
There are
Now that looked crazy. Now, let me just say this one thing. The Anunnaki are not small beings. Angels are not small beings. They're extremely large in nature. I need you guys to understand. A lot of your gods are very large in stature and nature. Okay? Now, I do find that to be very interesting. That video to be very interesting. That's why I decided to let that play so you guys could check that out. And the fact that they were doing a rave around these particular, whatever they are, means that they were harvesting energy. Very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. Very large indeed.
no aliens. There's just the...
No. I'm just saying, did you see the aerial shot of that thing? How large those damn things were from the aerial shot? Those things look huge. I just had to say that. Okay.
Civilizations that live beyond the ice wall.
The hell are you talking about?
See, they want you to believe that there's these alien civilizations out in the depths of outer space that may or may not be coming to get you, but it's just a facade. The reality is that there are simply civilizations beyond what we can observe, beyond the ice wall, right here on planet Earth, but just in regions we have been kept from seeing, kept from knowing about. These civilizations beyond the ice wall, as you could imagine, have technology far beyond what we can fathom, and so when they fly above us in their inconceivably advanced ships, we kind of misconstrue it with the idea of quote-unquote aliens from space, when in reality it's just advanced civilizations from Earth. But of course, the oligarchs want you to be scared and have this fear of the great unknown, and so they peddle this narrative about outer space and alien encounter theories. The whole time all of these other advanced beings are right here on Earth.
I literally just said that. I literally just said it, but he really broke it down. But I spoke about that on a live not too long ago. Or basically what you guys got to understand is that Earth is very large. It's not small. You guys are thinking that Earth is only what you see in terms of the landmass that they show you on maps. And I can't stress this enough. That's peanuts compared to the size of Earth and all the outer lands that you have yet to explore, because you never knew that there was other lands that even existed. There's other lands that even exist inside the areas where we were told that are popping up out of nowhere due to the veil being down. And now all these different islands and all these different lands are popping up. And you would never know about this stuff because they're not talking about it. Okay, but and then the people that are popping up in these land masses that's been around, they've just been hidden because of the veil. They're all indigenous people. This whole planet is full of indigenous people, highly advanced indigenous people. They have a lot of high tech, a lot of advanced technology, but they've been on this planet, not just inside the earth, but on the upper earth, on the surface of the earth. They have been there the whole entire time. The problem is they can't get past the in-between. The in-between is where they said that they discovered this quote-unquote other parallel Earth, and it's not that. It's the in-between for them to cross from where they are at Antarctica to get to the other side. The problem is they don't have the key codes to get to the other side. So what happens? It looks like they're going backwards. So if you got key codes, you could walk right through there. I could walk through there because I had the key codes to walk through there. Okay? A lot of originals had the key codes to walk through there to get to the other side. Okay? And what you're going to see when you go on the other side is you're going to see other beings that look like us, other tribal beings, all type of indigenous beings. This is a indigenous, let me explain something to y'all. This is an indigenous planet that was invaded. And it was invaded by Alpha Draconians. It was invaded by Elohim. Elohim is not the same thing as Elohai. Elohim are the fallen angels, aka gods, that they call themselves gods. They are the sole reason why that the originals got infiltrated, was because of them. You might also know them as Moors. And they're also the reason why that we also got reclassified. So you know about the one guy, but you don't know about the Moors and the Boule who was behind that was pushing for that change. You see, they put these people in front of you, so you don't pick up on the black nobility that's behind the scenes that's been calling the shots the entire time. These are the same individuals that also created these beings that you see in the forefront. So there's an illusion here, and there's a lot of acting that's taking place. There's a lot of harm that's being done to our people because we don't know where this is coming from, because Elohim, okay, wants to keep this thing going a certain type of way. They also possess certain key codes, all right? They also possess certain key codes, and they know about us. They have been our downfall for the longest. This is the reason why I keep telling y'all, stop trusting people who look like you. Just because they look like you does not mean that they are you, because they're not. People want to know how Egypt got invaded by Rome, because what they didn't tell you was that Rome was all people that look like you and I. It was very easy for Rome to go into Egypt and infiltrate those beings when they all look alike. That's how they were able to infiltrate. You see, they got us so whitenized with everything, where we think that all the Romans were white. No. The original Romans that existed were not Caucasians. They didn't even exist back then during that time period. These royal families that you guys see that exist today, all they did was take over what the Moors already had established. That's all they did. There's nothing original about these people. When you have beings that come upon the planet that does not have the ability to create, Alpha Draconians have no way to be able to create anything. They can only take. I want you guys to understand, when I have these conversations with y'all, I need you to really start understanding that this place has always been galactic. There was never a time where it wasn't. The difference is you just didn't know that it wasn't because you were operating under programming that they gave you. But they always had the advanced technology to keep us in check a certain specific way, as long as we were accepting their MK Ultra programs through the television, through the movies, through the radio. That's a form of MK Ultra programming. You guys need to look up Monarch programming. Very powerful. You guys should Google that. Well, you're probably going to find in Google's Google Century. Go in and find a different browser and look up Monarch programming. And you might find some stuff pull up.
Shocking new development in police technology that I'd like to tell you guys about. It's called ODIT. It stands for On-Device Interception Tool. This tool requires the police to get a warrant. Once they have that general warrant to use the ODIT technology, they install a device on your phone, and we don't know if it's in real life or whether or not it's remote, but nonetheless, it allows the police to monitor your use of a phone in real time. This means as you're typing and sending text messages, signal messages, receiving videos, sending photos, no matter what you're doing, if this technology is installed on your phone, the police can watch in real time as opposed to after seizure of the device. Keep that in mind when you're using your phone and deciding how you're using your phone and what you're saying.
Do you feel like they've been doing that? How many of y'all feel like they've been doing this? Yeah, I feel like they've been doing this. They've been doing it. Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. I feel like they've been doing this.
Why are they doing that? If they're going to work and they're working on it, why are they telling you it's not real? Well, I'm going to show you. It's very simple. I went ahead because I was so angry, and when I get mad, I do research, and then I force myself to take a breath, go outside with the bow staff if I'm really pissed off, and come back to Zen. Self-control. Make a list, and I'm like, okay, wait. So if I go to work for Command and Control C4ISR, CyberNet and NIBRNet back into the NSA, DNA steganography with the NSA, and we watch every synaptic exchange at 5,100 bits and log it with the NSA PRISM program. That's what Assange, Snowden, and all of them were talking about. That's why they killed Barnaby Jack, the ATM jackpotter. He was there at DEF CON to present that it was easier to hack a human body with a pacemaker or otherwise. You didn't need to have a pacemaker than it was a car. Dead. So with that in mind, I'm like, why can't we talk about this? So I went and found where you can talk about it, because even in the machine learning, you're not allowed to write the word biofield, which I found very weird, okay, because nobody reads that stuff. So then I found out that it is the following. Electronic medical police, warfare divisions, military, your Lockheed, Raytheon, all of them. Advanced signals technology. It's everywhere as a job. In information, surveillance, and reconnaissance, the Internet of Behaviors, Bodies, Things, the Industrial Internet of Things, the Medical Body Area Network, all way back, 2005, 2015. It's all there. And I'm like, these are jobs? Oh, yeah. And then neuromodulation, neural stimulation, Project Salus, watching everybody think in real time with CT2WS, cognitive warfare technology, EEG headset, ultrasound, modified ultrasound, all walking around on a headset. Then the Renius chipset embedded in their left hemisphere. And I'm like, where did all of this come from? Synthetic telepathy, been out there since 1995. So they needed a backbone. Just like back in the day when everybody was logging into email for the first time on dial-up, it would get crowded, people would have to wait forever and get kicked off. I fucking worked it, I would know. So my job was to upgrade them, to bring them out of dial-up and onto cable modems, for which I used a system called Nmaps on comm controllers with something called COM21 cable modems, which were different than the throwaway DOCSIS stuff in the big cities. Different markets, so different hardware, everything, different software. So I went ahead as I continued to make my little T-bar list, and I'm like, so let me get this straight. If I'm in radio frequency, if I'm in IT, I log into the body, make changes, and organize. If I'm anyone else in the world, I'm a fucking nut job. Give me drugs and make me sit still. And the only place you can really learn about the biofield is in the Bible, because Jesus used it to heal, and I mean, it's ions and electrons. It's your exchange with your environment. That's why everybody works with radar. We're told, get your nuts away from it because it'll overheat you and such. It's microwave. And then they also could feel the radar coming and going without looking at the screen. Yes, because you have an electrical body part involved. So then, as if all that wasn't enough, because I couldn't figure out how is it so obvious to me, but not everyone else, because I admit the body part. Now, enter in where I come from. I come from Black Projects. So I go back to my grandmother, who was a Rosicrucian in Chicago, has a bunch of depression glass. These are nanolipids. And they would have them stand on a metal plate or whatever. Yeah. And that's your specialized concrete for human teleportation, like you heard out of the mouths of Sean Ryan and other people who he interviewed, the Marines and such, that found the photonic different mixtures of concrete. Why are they?
Told y'all what was going to happen. January 20th, Trump's going to do away with the IRS. And you say, well, what is he going to do? External Revenue Service. The External Revenue Service is where all of America's goods that are exported out of the United States will now be taxed, like every other country does to us. See, if y'all didn't know what other countries, how they work is all of their law enforcement, military, roads, schools, whatever, the government is paid based off of tariffs. Every time we buy something from China, from whoever, they tax the hell out of us, and that goes towards their country. However, right now, when people buy from the United States, it's tax-free. That's why we get taxed. And just like Trump said, there's no reason to tax an income, then go out and buy something and tax it again. Therefore, there will still be taxes when you go out and buy goods. However, there will not be an income tax. Income tax is obsolete now, starting January 20th, and the House agrees. The Senate is going to sign it. They agree. The whole world agrees. It's how every other country does this. So the ERS will now replace the IRS. Our pay is going to go up 30 to 40%, which is absolutely unbelievable. And when Trump was talking about doing this, people were saying, oh, he's a liar. They've already agreed to pass the bill. The ERS, External Revenue Service. All of everything that our IRS pays for now from us will now come from other countries. The External Revenue Service. No more IRS.
And it's already going into effect. I'm letting y'all know right now that is already going into effect already. So that's a wonderful thing that they're doing away with the income tax. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to phase the IRS completely out, but I think that's a wonderful thing because that's the way things should have been done in the first place. So if you guys don't understand, I felt this guy, when it came to an explanation of what it is and how it operates, I felt like this guy gave the best explanation as to how this works. Okay. So very interesting. Now what happens is, for those of you that don't understand, is basically this one simple thing. When the United States buys goods from other countries, those countries tax us. So the United States was getting its income tax from us when we're working our job. They're snatching money off our check. Now what's going to happen is the money that they were snatching off our check for the federal government, now that'll be on your check. Now, I don't think this applies to state taxes. I think that's going to remain the same, or you'll be getting taxed by the state, but you won't be getting taxed by the Fed. Instead, what's going to happen is that now, whenever they go in to buy something from us, they're going to get taxed for it. That's what the tariff's about. They have to be taxed. If we go and buy something from China, they're going to tax us. Africa, but if we go and buy something from Africa, they're going to tax us. If we buy something from Mexico, they're going to tax us. Period. We're getting taxed. So he's saying, well, that ain't right. For basically, we're going to go and buy stuff from you and get taxed, and then turn around and the government's going to tax the people again. You're getting taxed twice. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I think that's a wonderful thing in terms of how that's going to work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about the rest. As a business owner, I'm looking for that. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, because when I tell you them goddamn taxes are so serious, whenever you hit your business, they're taking a lot of taxes out. Okay.
For those of you who don't know 17 or who question 17, let me show you exactly what full control looks like.
And as of today, TikTok is back.
At what time did Trump take the stage during today's rally? Exactly at 5:17, which is 17:17 military time. And at what time did Trump end his speech? Exactly at 6:17 p.m. And just how long was TikTok down for? Exactly 17 hours. How many U.S. employees does TikTok have? Exactly 17,000. And how many U.S. users does TikTok have?
170 million Americans who use our platform every day.
Exactly 170 million. How many more coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? And like TikTok CEO, enjoy the show.
Okay, look, fam, that's too many damn coincidences. I ain't never seen that many coincidences before in my entire life. Okay, no, Trump was placed back in office because the time is up and he has a job to do. And he's got to answer. Okay, he has to answer, and he has to do his part. In order for him to remain protected by what he's protected by, he has to do right. So he was put in place. This is all strategic. Okay? All strategic.
I might swerve in that corner, whoa. Bitch, hold on tight, cause I tweaking this bitch, I letting shit go. And I heard that she wanna show me who she be, I'm kinda fucking with.
Not trying to be funny, but what the hell was going on with Jeff Bezos? Was that the real Jeff Bezos, or was that like a Mach 7 droid? I'm just saying. And watch this thing with Elon Musk. Watch this, y'all. Watch.
Taking back the Panama Canal.
Watch Elon
which is one of the
start
things
dreaming
that he
about
was going to do.
rockets.
Creating a new
There he
department
goes.
of government, something that's very
And
hard to do in the United States. How much of it that he's laid out today can he actually do? How much will his team, which is actually an interestingly diverse ideological team in the cabinet, how much will they...
YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. I have no idea. That could be his Asperger's. I don't know much about it. I need to research that. That's probably what that is. But it just looked different.
Knox. I'm doing something. Stop. Stop. Stop, Knox.
Yo, this is a very important video, so stick with me. I'm about to prove that their time is up. And I promise you, ain't nobody say anything about this because they don't know the actual truth and probably don't even want to believe it. So I debate on making this video just because all the infiltrators I've been talking about recently. Because I already know they're going to take this and remake it however they feel like remaking it. But I'm the first to show you. As y'all can see, it's 4/6/2024. We have the sun to the right. Then we have Mercury in the middle, who y'all would know as Jesus. We have Jupiter to the left, who y'all know as Baal. And we have Uranus to the left also, right beside Jupiter, who you would know it as Eve. As y'all can see, the planets are basically stars. They have a north and a south pole on them. That basically goes through the planet. And as I mentioned before, planets are toroidal fields. Any type of energy is, including us. That's what our aura is. So just in case you don't know, this is a toroidal field. Positive energy up top, negative energy on the bottom. And where the energy meets at is called a plane of inertia. So this is how our planet looks. Earth is a flat plane of inertia. Because we all are energy, everything is energy. So what they did was overrun the negative energy on top of the positive energy, causing us to drop down, as in like a spiral. This is how we end up in a black hole. They reversed their energy, but positive energy cannot die. So we ended up creating a whole reality for them to live in also, because our minds will refuse to die. Because we create reality literally, and that's what they're manipulating by changing our energy, reversing it. That's why the whole world is so negative now, to keep this going on. And here we have the Eye of Horus, which also represents the black sun. As I said, we fell into a spiral going down to a black hole. That's what the end of the spiral of this actual Eye of Horus means. Also, Horus is another name for Jesus. And then we have the famous Nazi symbol. But as y'all can see, there's plenty more symbols just like it. Why is that? Because they all represent the black sun. The four corners of the earth going into a spiral, which is the black hole. Now we have the Statue of Liberty, who is Apollo, which is really Mars. The torch literally represents the fake sun that NASA has a patent for that blocks out the black sun. The 7 candlesticks represents the 7 planets that took over, which is a dragon / reptilians. and got plenty of videos going into further details about all this. I'm just giving you a quick rundown that there's plenty of proof out here proving what I'm saying. Well, I hope that gave you a little bit more understanding of what I'm trying to show y'all right now. Anyways, look at where the sun is at and look at where Uranus and Jupiter is at.
Now I'm going to pause this real quick because this is going to blow y'all wig back. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand. Fam, before I listen, there are some of you that are originals that have planetary bodies that are your aspects, meaning that in one lifetime or several lifetimes, you also were or are a planet. Planets are sentient living entities. I was literally having a conversation with Ann Pooh. Ann Pooh is a green sun. Then I was having a conversation with a blue sun, a blue water-based sun that is in the star system of Orion. And I had a conversation with that sun. Blew my wig back because I knew that sun to be also part of my twin flame. When I first saw him, that water-based sun was the first thing that I saw. Only for me to find out that I'm also tied to that same sun. When I tell you that shit blew my wig back so heavy, fam, I didn't know what to think. So watch this shit right here that he's about to show you that's going down with these planets. This is why I'm pointing this out. Watch this. It's going to blow your wig back.
Also note to the top, that is also the Devil's Comet. As y'all can see on this camera angle, Uranus and Jupiter is to the right. And we have B to the left, which should be Earth. And you see how close we are basically to the sun. This is why I constantly preach that 2025 is the last year of this reality. Because once we approach the sun, it has to reset no matter what. This is also the reason why I said they're going to start pulling some crazy moves right beforehand because they don't have any time. They have to try to get us to produce as much negative energy as possible in order for them to manifest their desired reality. This is the whole point of me trying to wake everybody up so this don't happen again. So this video begins on the first day of April. As y'all can see, there are literally Star Wars going on right now. This is basically the same image I showed y'all earlier, but it's in motion. As y'all can see to the top left, that's the Devil's Comet they was talking about. It is on the move. And I believe it's really for Jupiter and Uranus could look at the movement of the Devil's Comet, but also look at what Jupiter and Uranus is doing right now. Meanwhile, Mercury is chilling. So I zoomed in for y'all so they can see much closer to what's really happening here. Again, look at Jupiter and Uranus. They are clearly in battle. As y'all can see, I believe this is a protective shield because it's protecting themselves from the sun and all the solar flares y'all see. And also y'all clearly see there are shots coming straight from out of the planets. Come on, there's explosions and everything right there. How can you deny this? How? Look at it again. There's no way you can deny that this is actually happening right now. Y'all see the world. I mean, I know it might sound crazy. You might want to question me, but question NASA, question the satellites. Why are they showing this? I will not be surprised if they take this down. And I don't care what nobody say, this is real. They have to show us some other truth. It's because they already know most of y'all not gonna believe it anyways. This will be the moment y'all say, oh, NASA's deceivers. They don't tell the truth about anything. When it's on a topic like this. I want something stupid like the Earth spinning millions of miles per hour. Doing all kinds of loops and spirals, going to nowhere. Like, come on, bruh. Like, that's the only thing that's real to y'all, as long as it makes no sense. But like I said, don't question me, you question NASA about this. And while you at it, question them about this document of war against the United States of America. Ask them what they meant by spaceship Earth. Maybe it means because we live on a spaceship. Ask them what they meant by bloody skirmishes on every corner of the vessel. Like I said, the four corners of the Earth into the black hole. And then how they're increasing size by 2 million per week. They're bringing entities in from another planet. tinkering with the temperature and life support controls, global warming. Then the next page, talking about humans have taken over in vastly shortened evolution. So the goals of the planet is to destroy it, of the human species, to brainwash it, products and life forms, mix everything with man image, which is the image of God. If you go to my subscriptions on Instagram, this is the very first video. I cannot post it nowhere else because I get violated every time because it's too much truth. This is something you cannot deny. So like I was saying, this is literally their last chance, and clearly they are in battle right now. Trust me, I know how crazy this sounds, but it's the harsh truth that we've been prisoners of war this whole time, stuck in an alternate reality that they can manipulate from our negative energy because we fell in frequency into their territory, which is the underworld, hence the black hole, which is the black hole sun. Everything has been a lie. I prove this to y'all over and over and over again. But anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
He dropped the science on that damn video. He dropped the science on that video. So did you guys understand what you were even looking at? He basically is confirming what I just literally said, that we're operating in a sub-parallel Earth. He basically just confirmed what I already said. That's why the news only showed negative things. That is correct. He definitely did that. He damn sure did. Two cents have come together to denote to denote something. That's what that purple. Yeah, you need to rewrite that, fam. I'm not even going to try to sift through that. Yeah, so they showed that, right? They showed that, and I had to come back out of circle around the block to make sure you guys understood that planetary bodies. I need you guys to understand that these planetary bodies are also living deities. Okay, just like everybody knows that Ra is the sun, is one of the suns. He's one of the suns. There's many suns. Ra is just one of many suns. Amun-Ra also is a sun god. I don't know if you guys knew that either. And Pu is also a sun god. Te-Ra-Set is a sun goddess. Okay, there are plenty of Helios, another sun god. Okay, so these particular, it's really interesting to really, when you're tapping in and you're communicating with these ancient Egyptians, you start realizing that these are whole planetary bodies that you're actually communicating to. It just kind of blows your wig. It just blows my wig back every time I think about it. It blows my wig back. But these planetary bodies are at war. Okay? So I'm just so glad that brother showed that in physical form, because for me to say it is one thing, but for you to see it as something different. Give me a second, y'all. Okay.
No. No. That nigga just fake that shit. That nigga is a fucking dramatic ass. Yo.
Now get on in here, America. Now don't.
Why did baby do that, y'all? Why did baby do that? He's gonna bump his head like, oh, I can't get what I want. Boom, mom. You see? I had to show that, y'all. I had to show that because that was hilarious. I had to show that. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. He was like, oh, yeah? I can't get what I want? Boom, mom. He's killing me over here. He's abusing me over here. Yo, that baby gonna be hell when he get older. That's gonna be a hellion right there.
This look like one of them Tesla trucks. Elon Musk, what the hell going on here? If y'all didn't know, before Henry Ford, it was a man of color that ran the whole car distribution industry in America. Now the big question is, Elon Musk, where the hell you get this image from? How did you come up with this idea, Eli? Y'all see I say lie, Eli. Now they got these trucks out right now with all this technology in it. You can't even get one. You gotta put in a special order to get it and wait hella long to get it. Now come on now, Eli. Where did you get these blueprints from, Eli? Where did you get these blueprints from, Eli? Cause this right here is the first Tesla truck. And I mean an old one too. This from the 1500s right here. Look like 1600s damn near. And yes, America, we've been scraping. I told y'all before, we ain't jump out no bush. Now come on now, I need all y'all trolls to come out on this one right now. Goddammit, what the hell going on here, Elon Musk? I wonder how much one of these whips costed back in the day. And I'm gonna tell y'all again, ain't nothing new up under the sun. That thing look like CJ on 32, ready for a rap, don't it? So yes, America, this is the first Tesla truck without the technology. Or did it have it? It might have. So big shout out to Elon Musk for coming up with this vehicle. Elon Musk, you did a great job on this one. Elon Musk, we can't appreciate you more than what you done for the world. All of the new technology you done came up with. You joking, right? You really joking, right?
So I don't know if you guys seen this video yet, but you need to check this out. So we already know about California. It has been on fire for a couple of weeks now, okay? Then a miracle happened, and out of nowhere yesterday it started raining, all right? Now, once this started raining, I don't know what it did to the circuit board of Los Angeles or the power company, but out of nowhere the whole city just starts glitching. All right, y'all, watch this whole row. Watch this whole row. Y'all see that?
It's the whole city. Okay, you guys, I'm kind of freaking out, and it's hard for you to see it, but if you look closely at the city, watch, all of the lights are gonna suddenly start blinking.
Look at this, y'all.
I hope that you guys can see it through the rain.
Wow, what's going on? Look at that, y'all. Now, what could that possibly be? Could it be a combination of the earthquakes, the fire, the fog, the mist, and then the rain? Because you know, a city is mirrored to the likeliness of a motherboard from a computer. So we're literally in a computer, in a system, in a simulation here. So do you think all these elements are causing parts of the system or the computer to glitch? And not to mention, it's still foggy out there. It's flipped. Y'all see that, right? Look at that. And do you guys see everything that's happening on the planet right now? I told y'all 2025 got its foot to the pedal, y'all, non-stop. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace out.
Luther King Jr.
They're preparing for the blackout.
Was a completely made-up character created by the FBI. And I know I'm going to get so much hate for this, but you cannot deny this is not the truth, because this is coming directly from the unclassified files that President Trump released. This is directly from the FBI website, that is vault.fbi.gov. This is where the unclassified document on Martin Luther King Jr., his image, and his assassination is uploaded. Just in the first 5 pages, it completely reveals how Martin Luther King Jr. was selected to be the activist leader and how they pushed it through mainstream media news to create their narrative. It states right there in the middle, I know it's kind of hard to read because the files are old. It says Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the target of an intensive campaign by the FBI to neutralize him as an effective civil rights leader. And it also says this and other testimony describing this FBI counterintelligence campaign against King reached the public through the news media. Hold on. So create a narrative, hire an actor, and then use mainstream media to program it to become the truth. This is just more confirmation that this has been their playbook the entire time. If you're not...
So they made a fool out of everybody. That's crazy. So this is what's coming out in these declassified documents that Trump said that he wanted released. That's crazy. So basically what they're saying is that they created this whole narrative and brought in King to be the actor, aka activist, to basically deceive the people. Utilizing mainstream media to stamp it as something that's real and something that's true, when in fact, this was something completely fabricated. How y'all feel about that? So now I question every single. This is the reason why they didn't promote Malcolm. You notice how they don't promote Malcolm X like they did King. That was their chosen guy. Yeah, we'll give these Negroes something they can hold on to, something that they can look forward to. We'll give them King. But when it came to Malcolm X, oh no, we don't want that being put out there because that's problematic right there. We don't need that type of individual and his energy being promoted to our people. We need to create a narrative and create this character that Black people should resolve their issues strictly by peace, through peace. Interesting. Oh yeah, this was the last time I mentioned the word Black. So normally I don't do that. Let me stop that. My indigenous people. That's crazy. So like I'm pulling up the files tonight.
Well, you know, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, you know? Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Man, get in here, get in here, get in here.
Mel Gibson did the unthinkable. He just asked a bunch of questions, saying something without saying it, but saying it loudly at the same time. You know it's serious when you got an A-list celebrity like that coming out and speaking, but notice how he did it, but it was still just enough information where you're picking up what he's putting down.
Oh, this just came in my inbox. And one of my viewers was like, Getty, you need to explain this because there's something weird about this. And I'm looking, and I'm like, what's weird about this? And he also donated $1, and I greatly appreciate it. But I got to go into this in great details. But if you like to donate $1, I greatly appreciate it. But watch what Trump did for the so-called Black Americans and the secret behind this so-called 14th Amendment. Excluding Indians. Us, which is us. Trump administration questioned Native Americans' birthright citizenship in court, right? Why did Trump do that? Let me show you. Now, I did not know between the 1866 Indian Peace Treaty, the statement that the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment are considered the second constitution for African Americans, which is Indian, not taxed, right? Is largely accurate. So we got our own amendment. So Trump went to court, was like, hey, these are Native Americans that had birthright, right? Citizenship. Let me tell you, you can't be a citizen and indigenous at the same time. We only indigenous. This is why Trump went to court to say, hold up, no. These are immigrants can get deported. So when ICE come get you, throw your hands up and don't run and comply like you told us. So this let you know that we are the indigenous, excluding Indian not taxed, which is us. So if you'd like to donate $1, I greatly appreciate it.
So basically, Trump challenged the so-called Native Americans that are not native to the land of America. And basically, we don't have to worry about our birthright citizenship being challenged because we are the actual original owners of this land. Okay? We were reclassified. Okay? But we're still acknowledged under the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments here. Basically, guys, we are prisoners of war, but we have always been on these lands. We are the original American Indians. we're not supposed to be paying taxes. None of us are. We were always supposed to be tax-free. But because so many of us are still operating under that status of black, you still fall under chattel slavery until you remove yourself out of that. And you must remove yourself out of that, and you must change your name. Now, when you go to change your name, you're not going to do that through the very system, which is a corporate system. You're not going to do it that way, okay, when it comes to the name change, all right? But what I'm saying to you is that our birthright citizens, since we are the original people from the actual land that was born on the soil, we don't have to worry about ever being deported outside of the country because we're the original inhabitants of the land. Trump did it. They did a thing with Trump years ago. They had a video that was circulating where he was in Congress and he took a meeting with them. He told them, he says, they don't look like the Indians. You know, he was just challenging them. Are you saying this? He says, I'm saying that the Indians that we know them to be, they surely don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically putting it out there that he already knew who we were from the beginning. And so what these people have done is they've taken over everything that belonged to us because we forgot who we are. Because of the trauma, because of the reset, we literally have forgotten everything about us. We've forgotten that we built this entire country long before these colonizers was here on the line, on these lands. We already had this place built up because we were already running the nation long beforehand. The Vatican were the ones who came and sent out the worst of the worst from London over into these lands to invade. And also all the rest of them. Christopher Columbus never even landed on these lands. That dude never even got to the United States. That's a big ass lie. He never got here. He never came here. But it was the Vatican who put that call out to send those Europeans over here. And we had to fight those Europeans, but they had guns and things like that. They had things that we didn't have. Don't get it twisted. We gave them niggas a run. But nonetheless, we didn't have it. We didn't have the advanced guns that they had during that time period. So we became prisoners of war. I need you to make sure that call was made by the Vatican. So the Rothschilds said, you are going to release the worst of our people over in London, which were these Caucasians, the worst type of Caucasians, not the same thing as a European, because they are two total different types of beings, but they're still predatory in nature nonetheless, okay? But nonetheless, they sent the serial killers over here, the murderers, the rapists, the pillagers, all those types of people who they sent over, okay? We were invaded, but we also invaded with the help of the Moors, because you got to understand the Moors are the ones who helped them navigate to get their asses over here. Or the conquistadors. The conquistadors who helped the white Spaniards come in and invade Mexico. So I want you guys to understand. So now, because the time is up, he's not coming straight out and telling us, but basically he's coming straight out and telling us without telling us what he's telling us. Okay? So those who have been claiming to be Native American, their roots are not from the United States, and they never have been. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen with ICE. I feel like, and I don't know, it could be me. It could be me, but this reset and the way it's happening, it shows that all the power and everything has to be returned back to us. That's what it's given. It's given that. It's given that. Everything has to be returned back to us. Now, they're not going to tell you that, but if you pay attention to how things are going, it's given that. So in order for us to take our stuff back, a lot of people got to come up off these lands. And there's a lot of people on these lands that are not indigenous to these lands. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these white folks start getting snatched up and taken up out of here and being sent back overseas. It'll be very interesting to see how this goes. Okay? Very, very interesting.
This happened in South Africa. Something huge, looks like a comet or a meteorite moving fast through the sky. Have you ever seen a comet or a meteorite look like this? Many people in the comments have stated that this is possibly something from another dimension, or have even come through a portal. What do you think?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Whatever the hell that was beautiful. Those colors. And I do feel as though it has been traveling through a different dimension. That's what my spirit's telling me as well. That's something that is traveling interdimensionally. I want you guys to understand that because the earth has jumped so many timelines and so many dimensions already, we are going to be exposed to seeing things that we never seen before because the veil has been lifted. So you're going to continue to keep seeing more beautiful things on the planet, beautiful animals, different types of animals that you've never seen before. You're going to continue to see these things. I want you guys to start looking at all the beautiful flowers that's going to be blossoming everywhere. I want you guys to look at how the earth is going to be very beautiful soon because we're going with that split. Some of you are going to be left behind. Some of you are not. But that's my presentation for today. I appreciate you guys for taking the time out to listen to this. And I got another video actually I'm going to be putting together. I got a couple of videos. I'm like behind like 3 or 4 videos in terms of lives that I need to upload on the channel. But I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate you, and stay tuned until you guys check out my next live. Peace.
The Don Biliato. First things first, this is my house. So sample na kititi met hekes di bus. So ka sample la I really am the South African dream. From humble like Billy then became a smart ass. From we come like a city press. Y'all can't fuck with the dawn, I say it straight up. Y'all are scared as a class, so they're stuck in an elevator. I gotta stay sharp in order to serve the nation. That's why the look is, but it's still such an irritant. Yeah. We the hustlers, they hating cause we proud. I saw whatever, there is no debating what I'm about. It's Puna Mapugadi, wanna be wealthy unannounced. Was taking some matamaki for a healthy bank account. I don't break the law, but I'm dealing with heavy lawyers. Corporates need my face on the product, I'm dead enormous. Your girl was complaining to me, she really caught up.